Namaskaram. I'm sorry that I could not take the session for the previous 2 days, the past 2 days. We were just having some homas at home, and I had to pay all my attention there. So hence I could not take the session. I've requested Parameshwaran sir. Grateful to you, sir, for complimenting. Thank you, sir. And now we were discussing on the Trigunas and Sarira Trayas. 3 is, as we know, 3 in English also. Shariras 3, Sthula Shariram, Sukshma Shariram, and Karana Shariram. We have seen Tripuras, 3 forts inside us. The fort, the meaning of fort is that we are confined by a particular ideology. The bottommost fort carries an ideology that we seen is only real. Only this body is real. These are the ideas which generate from us when we are fortified in the lowermost pura or the fortress. Then we have started upon the sadhanas, as to they're called the Trinachiketas, I've said. Trinachiketas, or the little boy, the 11-year-old boy, was fasting at the entrance of Lord Yama's abode. His fast can be compared to our quest, the seeker's quest, to overcome various layers of expression. And we were also talking about yajna and sacrifice. Ramakrishna Paramahamsa says that sacrifice is not animal sacrifice. It is the sacrifice of the animal nature in us, or the gunas, which are those of animosity. The animosity in us has to be sacrificed. Where to sacrifice? We also have seen that there is an inner cave of meditation. And in the heart of the Angushta Mata Purusha, there is a huge fire. There is Paramatma inside as a dart from where that it is radiating. So we can sacrifice our own gunas inside that fire. Anything external is symbolic, though it has its own benefits. When we do a homa or a yajna, there is that heat energy, there is that light energy. And you hear the chants, which is sound energy in various forms. And this energy could be used to clean our home. We call this body as a house, right? We are using all those energies to clear our own home. And then it seems to be a very difficult path. You see the birds flying in the sky. Do they know their path? What are we trying to do? We are trying to find a path upwards, which is nothing but knowledge. We are trying to acquire more and more knowledge so that you can travel upward, in an upward direction. But again, that seems to be very difficult for us. A bird does not know its path, but still it is flying. It is similar to that. So what we do, the best thing to do as we attempt to get knowledge like this, knowledge like the Atma Vidya, which is the ultimate, we surrender. What is surrender? We just place everything of us. We have been discussing that there are so many facilities inside, faculties inside. We surrender all the faculties at the feet of Guru. Then what happens? A Guru is one who found the path. He knows the path. We do not know that. He knows the path and he's ready to lead us to that point. So it is always better to hold the hand of somebody who knows all this, who knows everything. And then 100% of the work is done. We just sit and listen to that Omkara. This Omkara cleanses all the three bodies. Guru Garu says, Ahameva Gamanam. Gamanam is the travel. Gamanam is the travel. Ahameva Gamyam. Gamyam is the destination. He says, I am the travel and I am the destination. Ahameva Patha, the road for travel. Ahameva Pantha, the traveler. He says, I am the traveler. So he assumes everything. He becomes the traveler in us. He becomes the travel, he becomes the path, and he becomes the destination. So that the realization just happens in a jiffy. We don't have to struggle much. And another important thing that I wanted to stress upon is, see, as we are trying to clean ourselves, let us not worry about what is happening with the person in front of us. We are assuming different roles, right? Most of us in very, very important roles, less important, and different roles. We see people donning the roles with utmost seriousness. Like, they identify themselves with the role. And as they're doing that, there again is a lot of impurity inside. So since this is Kali Yuga, even the most important person in the utmost role or the very, very important role might not perform his role properly. There is again impurity in the other person. So it is not our job to analyze the other person. So what happens as we try to focus outward? There's so many things. For distraction, we have thousands of things outside, thousands of people, thousands of situations. As we focus, we throw our energy outward. Where the attention goes, the energy flows there. So we have very little energy and very little time. I don't think one birth is sufficient to understand the crux of what we should get. So since we have limited time and limited energy, let us not bother about what is going around. So if you find some person doing an ugly thing or not doing his role properly, you address the Paramatma in him. Just see the Paramatma in him. Look at the little dot in him and say, Paramatma, light him up. You give him the realization. That gives us merit. And so since we are supposed to travel inward, all these things would prevent ourselves from getting distracted. So that is one very important thing. The first thing we have seen was three sadhanas, right? Which are called as the three Nachiketas. The first is Yajna. Yajna we have discussed, and the sacrifice, as I've told you, the best thing that we could sacrifice is the animal nature inside us. That is the first sadhana that one is expected to do. The goal being self-realization, understanding the Atman. Understanding the Atman, as we have said earlier, Kalatrayatitaha, which is beyond all the three parts of time. In fact, time is eternal. It is just a single stretch. Imagine the sky, which is just a vast spread. Right? And it is only we who divide the time into various parts. So, Kalatrayatitaha, Gunatrayatitaha. You see, when I think Parameshwaran sir has also explained to you a little about gunas as well. And the guna, our expression would be linked to the dominant guna. Out of the three gunas, if the sattva guna is dominant, the other three would be suppressed. If the rajas is dominant, the other two would be suppressed. It's like that. So the dominant guna would be seen as our expression. And these gunas would also add up to our ahankara. Suppose we are we are functioning from our basic foot or the basal chakras. Then the ahamkara would be tamasic. In that ahankara or that I, this is me, in that I-ness, we can see the tamasic quality. The quality of ahamkara will again be tamasic. And sometimes the ahankara would be rajasic, very energetic, and it would be centered around the energy the person possesses, or action oriented it would be. And I was surprised to listen and understand that there is also sattvika ahankara. How does ahamkara in a sattvic person look like? The ahankara in a sattvic person says that, you see, I'm so wise, I know so many things. That person does not know that. So even though if the person is sattvic, there is still some ahankara left, which says that I know so many things, and the other person does not know it. So we have to rise above all these gunas as well, so that these gunas do not reflect on our manas, buddhi, chittam, and ahankaram. These qualities do not reflect in that. To clean these gunas, to rise above the 3 fours, to go beyond time. This is the center. The Agnya Chakra is the center to access time. So that later on we will see. Okay? So the 3 sadhanas, yajna. The second one is dana. This is a very tricky thing. Dana. Some people, they give their old clothes to somebody and expect a lot of punya. Punya is the benefit or the result out of it. See, every karma, every thought, okay, every thought, every word, every action has a result. See, most of us know the Newtonian mechanics, the Newton's law. Every action has a reaction. Then one of my friends was asking, what if I don't believe in karma? Why should I believe in karma is what she asked me. Then I said, if we believe or if we understand that you throw something, it is thrown upon you again. Okay, if you believe it or you understand it, or you are blind to that principle, okay. Then the quality of our thought, word, and action will be better. When you accept that, or when you consider that for every action, there is a equal and opposite reaction. So we didn't question science, right? We didn't question Newton. So the karmic philosophy is out of this, is based on the essence that every action, every thought, word, and action will have a result, equal amount. So when we understand that, we don't question our situations. When a person is suffering, it means that the suffering has to happen so that the karma is reaped. The fruit has to be enjoyed. The fruit could be very tasteful, or the fruit could be bitter. Ramakrishna Paramahamsa himself had a tumor, but he was just looking at it. He is a Maharshi. He was just looking at it. Danikedo ayindi. Something has happened to that, was what he used to say. It is the best possible understanding. So we allow that suffering to pass through. We allow that. So we don't question when you have something in abundance, right? You get a beautiful home, you get thousands of dollars. You don't question why we got, why I got it. That is a part of karma. Every situation that we are in is a result of karma. And now when we do dana, when you give something to somebody, what is dana? Dana is an attitude. It is a disposition or a demeanor, we can say. That is, suppose a person is in trouble. Immediately you attend to that person and try to do something for him or her. That is dana. Dana need not be materialistic. Dana need not be materialistic. And here Guru Garu, see how he cleanses our process inside. He says, suppose a person has a $10,000 in his account and he gives $1 to somebody and he feels very good about it. And we say, even when we do the yajnas and all, we say, Yadha Shakti I am giving, we say. That means how much ever I have, this is my capacity and I'm giving you as per my capacity is what we say. He says that is wrong. $1,000 is your capacity, whereas you are giving $1. That is Yada Buddhi, he says. Your intellect has guided you to give him $1. So even in the thought, we are making some karma again. The thought which says Yadha Shakti, as per my capacity I'm giving you, that itself is again gives you bad karma. That gives you karma, which is not good for us. So it's okay if you can give $1 or a rupee or a few cents. But we should think inward that Yadha Buddhi, as per my intellect I'm doing it. Then there will be no dosha is what Guru Garu says. And we have to make it a habit to give. See, when we operate from the middle foot to pierce through the Vishnu Granthi, which is at the Anahata Chakra, there are a lot of desires, want. There is a lot of want. So the sadhana suggested by Lord Yama to little Nachiketa, who is the seeker in all of us, is to perform dana, to give, start giving. And what can be the noblest giving? What is the best thing that we can give? So we don't want to spend, suppose, in case we do not want to spend, you don't want to give whatever you have. Start at the level of thought. At the level of thought. Guru Garu, when he always tells us to perform anything for Loka Kalyanam. Lokam is the world. The external, there are so many worlds. Bhu Lokam, Bhuvar Lokam, Suvar Lokam. There are many more worlds. There are so many lokas. There are so many inhabitants. So this doesn't cost you a dime, right? So he says, at the thought level, we just cannot expect the amount of purification that happens inside us. The moment you sit for sadhana, the Omkara, as the Angushtamatra Purusha starts listening, he sits in the cave of our meditation and he starts listening to the Omkara coming from inside, from the Paramatma. Before you sit down, just understand that any tapas, that is tapas. What we are doing is tapas. The next sadhana will be, which is listed by Lord Yama. Any sadhana will give a result. That is called tapo phal. Phal is a result. So as we are meditating, there is some energy generated. That energy is the result. That is the phal. The phal for the tapas we are doing. And that tapas must be given to that tapas must be given away for Loka Kalyanam. You might ask me, oh, I'm doing this for myself, right? How can I give it away? The very thought of giving away this tapofal for Loka Kalyanam, for the for the benefit of the world and worlds around. Will put you on a plane you can never imagine. You are placed on a plane where consciously you can never reach. This simple thought of, I'm doing this meditation for Loka Kalyanam, for welfare of the world and worlds, will give you enormous merit, which we can never earn. That simple thought would take us there. So that is the second sadhana of the three Nachiketas listed by Lord Yama, as explained to him. So with this, I think, any questions on this topic?
Masters, please raise your hand and unmute. I have on the call.
I hand over the session to Parameshwaran sir to take us forward.
Thank you.
Check. Bhuvneshwari. Guruji also highlighted the fact that world is our family and we must pray for victims of nature. Exactly. In some other session, I just wanted to stress on that. Bhuvneshwari is another excellent soul. She's a wonderful soul from our Guru Kutumbam. Though she has not seen Guru Garu, she has done a lot of recording works of Guruji's lectures and all. I would introduce her to you in one of the next sessions. And Guru Garu said that in one of his lectures, that he could see the world bleeding is what he said. And the next few years, next 10 years would be really very difficult for all of us. And each one sitting here is capable of cleansing the misery of millions. So we might be few in number, but the capacity that Guru Garu has given us is enormous. So let us all dedicate the tapashakti we are earning to for the welfare of the world. Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam. Umesh sir, yes. Umesh.
Good morning, madam. Good morning.
Good morning.
Namaskar, madam. Namaskar. Madam, actually, regarding you said when the intent of charity, dhanam, intent of charity, when we are giving, rightly you said actually $100, I have $1 I have given, donated to charity, whichever the direction, whether it is a orphanage, whether it is a old age homes and things like that. You are right, actually, one way, because I felt this when I am doing that type of charity, and rightly you pointed out that old cloth giving is a fantastic thing. Actually, we are not using or something. We wanted to take new cloth. We'll give you old cloth. But thought process, I understood from your whatever you are giving us wisdom. The thought itself is a giving some of the karma. So I realized this actually in the recent past. I was doing a lot of things actually. I felt that I am great. But I realized that actually it is nothing great in that. Simply giving a cloth or giving some of the utensils to other people and thinking that they are low in the sense they are not having anything, we will give it. That thought itself is giving some of the karma to us. I felt this actually recent past when I went to an old age homes and I am giving some rations, some fruits, and I am requesting them up to today I was not asking them what they want. I used to take and I used to go and give. So I realized that why I am giving this actually. So whether it is a money, whether it is a things like that. So I went and sat with them. I sat and I started asking that. Why you are here? But that is the path I took actually, why you are here, and I discussed with the warden also, and then I came up with a lot of things. Then I started doing in a reverse order. So just whenever I felt that actually I will call them and I'll tell them actually, madam, tell me what I can do. That much only. and
So
they will tell the list, actually, I will go and give it. So just to tell this realization, late realization after 10 years. So you are very much right. Actually, if at all there is a one thought coming also, I am giving that harm will come into my setting in mind. And then that is not at all a great thing. Thank you very much for realization. Thank you for remembering. Yeah.
Change your thought, change your life.
Sir, thank you, sir. Thank you for permission, sir. Yeah.
Omkara Bindu Samyuktam Nityam Gayandi Yoginaha Kamadam Mochadam Cheva Omkara Namo. You know, Kama is desire, Moksha is ultimate. He said, Chaturvida Purushartha Siddhyarthe Jepe Viniyogaha, or whatever you are doing for attaining that Chaturvida, four, there's a life. Dharma, Artha, Kama, Moksha. So everyone, but the thinking can be different. So Kama means how. That's why Dharma is very important. Kama should be Dharma. All desire should be as per Dharma, the right ones. Then right way we have to earn Artha, not by hook or crook. Because earning money itself is not the goal. Then enjoying that again. So here comes all this gift and all that. What gift to give, whom to give, and with what attitude. That is the key actually. Most important is with what attitude, what we are doing, what you are giving. Work also. After Karma Yoga is what attitude, without expecting reward and accepting the result as prasada, as Krishna says there, like that. So Dharma, Artha, Kama, Moksha, this all we always think this is the purpose. This is the path. Rather. Then Moksha is ultimate, but in the real sense, for a sadhaka, it should be the other way. Moksha means we think freedom, liberation after everything. I do Dharma, I earn Punya, Artha, then fulfill all my desires, then Dharma, Artha, Kama, then I will think of Moksha. No. Moksha is first actually. In freedom we should do, then inner freedom. When we do whatever we are doing, like the thought itself should be, whatever my will should be, the divine will, common. Micro, macro, we say, you know, like that. For Loka Kalyana, that is what. Then my need also, in fact, see earlier, now if you, decades back, you know, when you see a lot of cars, today you have a lot of all the types of cars in India. Earlier it was not there, we had just one Ambassador and Fiat. My first car was Fiat. So we were only heard one in a million only will get some foreign car and all that. So like that, now because of the media and actually physically it's coming, so many, everyone are keeping, and some people keep so many branded cars, like that, many things. Example, I am telling material possession. Once you get, so all for our ahankara. Can we drive two cars together? Can we live in two houses together? We cannot even eat two things together, right? Different places, different palate, like that. So all the thought process will change once you are introspecting, Saravana. That's why all this satsanga will help us to go in. So gurus come and show the light. So one candle is sufficient to light thousands of candles, you know. That is the simplest way of understanding. So like that, gurus appear and comes through various people, and our job is, that is how we can. Physically we cannot do, okay, but at least from here, thought itself, because that can reach. See, many healings take place like that, distant healing and all that. You connect through the thought. Reiki, pranic healing, all, which of course I learned, I stopped using all those things. Because our teaching should be like this, ultimately, that self-transformation. I should heal myself. In fact, nobody can heal another. That is the reality. As per your guna, karma, only it happens. We are only an instrument. So calling one person as a healer itself is not right. You are only an instrument. That's what even Hippocrates said for doctors. I am only treating. He is the person who heals. So that attitude should come. Same way here, now dana, Now we are taking food. Many are starving, we know. What can I do sitting here? Yes, that's why we do prayer. Jnana Vairagya Siddhyartham Pikshandehi Japarvati first, then we say, let all get the thought goes at least. And there is one way. See, some masters have taught, you can keep just bit of rice, the food which whatever you are taking, keep aside first itself. Then think, let all get food. So the universally, you are sending that vibration like that. If everybody does, you see, whoever is having taking at that time, it happens. So manifestation happens in the other end. So that is sufficient. So will it reach? I used to think earlier days, just by keeping little morsel, how can all others will get? It is the vibration, it will happen. So like that, gifting mentally also, and like this, many things we can do. And yesterday I was talking, three gifts. Gift once given, you have to forget the giver and the taker. Not only the taker is benefited, the giver is the actually maximum benefited. Getting a right person to give itself is sometimes difficult. I remember now when I go to the park early morning, street dogs will come. So some people carry biscuits and they give regularly. So one day only I take something and give to that dog. After that, the dog will smell and go. It will not even take. See, even a street dog doesn't want your gift. Because I already got it. So what I got is sufficient. I don't want. So it reaches. So from the heart, whatever we give is valuable. So like that, we should not say no also. So some people say, so I have so many things. No, I am happy with it. I don't want to do anything happy. So the best gift one can give is the wisdom we earned, jnana. So here by giving, it will not come down, material things, whatever we give. See, there will be 100 here. When I give 10 to you, my balance becomes 91. But whereas the wisdom, the more we give, more we understand, in fact, it is not lost. That's the right knowledge, of course. So we have to get that from the right gurus, right people, right books. All. That's why Swa-Adhyaya say. Swadhyaya means not only reading books, reading scriptures, and Swa-Adhyaya, open your own book. So that's what you are doing. When you open your own chapter, so some page will help somebody, right? So thank you. Let us not delay further. Let us take 2-3 deep breaths and 5 to 9, I would say, Anuloma Viloma or Sukha Pranayama according to your own pace. Other time also you do before coming, little yoga asanas, loosening, then pranayama, so that will be more comfortable, body will cooperate, mind will cooperate, right? Every inhalation you are taking not just air, but the cosmic energy, the divine energy. Feel that. Yad bhavam tad bhavati, as I said yesterday. And as you exhale, feel the relaxation. Every cell is rejoicing, throwing out all the unwanted things, negativity. Let go, let go, let go. Feel that. And let us do Sukha Pranayama or Nadi Shuddhi, closing the right, opening the left, spine erect, otherwise comfortable. Eyes gently closed is better even for pranayama. First exhale throughout the dirty things from inside. Chitta Shuddhi needed. Inhale there. Hold. Open the right nostril. This is one breath. Hold there and inhale gently. Hold. Open. Left nostril. This is one cycle. That means 2 breaths. Continue 4 or 5 times at least. Even you can chant mentally Omkara as you breathe in and breathe out. Manasika japa. So the power increases.
Masters will start in another 30 seconds.
Om. 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 Om